There's also other points you can use, like do you use chalk? You can use chalk, I use chalk. I get sweaty hands, especially in this humid climate. Chalk helps your hands grip. The guys in India, they'll tend to use a combination of rosin, which is a kind of like a strongman tucky. You stick it on and it's really sticky, and then they'll rub their hands in magnesium carbonate stones. They'll rub their hands, grab onto the mace, and the hands basically adhere to it. So the grip doesn't become so much of a factor. The rest of the body doing the movement becomes the factor then. The hands are just anchored to it. Which is a point with grip. People tend to death grip the mace. You don't need to do that. What I do is what they call in Chinese martial arts is the dragon palm. My hands are barely putting any force into it. You just need enough tension to keep your fingers around the mace. The mace will do the work. You're just moving around the mace. And this is the trick. Once the weight's moving, the weight's doing the work. It's not so much about brute strength and force, it's about how skilled you can be using force, using gravity, and using your brain. You have to use your mind to think about what that energy is doing. It's not just a case of muscling up like with a weight, don't bear down. This is totally different. This is not strength training exercise in that same kind of vein. This, to me, is more of a mental exercise, more of a moving meditation. You go inside yourself and you're constantly thinking and evaluating about your technique. You have to think deep down, what's going right, what's going wrong. And you're constantly making tiny little tweaks and changes as you're going, which is why I love this exercise. It's definitely a thinking man's exercise, and you definitely do yourself credit to work up to doing the 10 to 2. So, without further ado, there's other tools you can use. You can use metal maces. These are good. A bit expensive, but they do the job. Same thing. Get up, swing it round. Now I don't enjoy using these as much as the bamboo because a lot of the weight, even though this is hollow, the handle, there's still a lot of weight in the handle. This is a 10 kg one, I believe. So the weight in the handle and the weight in the head is 5.5. So it feels different compared to with the bamboo. With the bamboo, it's very light, barely anything to it. All the weight's in the head, so you really have to snap down, which makes you, in my opinion, more powerful and quicker. You can also move up, use something like a sledgehammer. If you don't have a mace, that's fine. Use a sledgehammer, use whatever you've got. Sledgehammer is a good tool, fairly common. Good exercise. If you don't invest in the mace, use a sledgehammer, use anything. You can also use steel clubs, like these little ones I've got, or bigger ones. It's the same kind of motion. What you'll find with steel clubs is it tends to be even shorter motion. And it kind of wants to carry on and off. You have to learn how to really brace and control, which is great. Great for fighting applications, because it comes over, you have to stop it, and stall it, then reverse it. Great exercise. So, thank you very much for your time. It's been a pleasure. I hope to come back and show you some more stuff.